to shoulder, all for one. We keep holding each other, one for all, and no gender or faith. We are one. Everybody will get peace of mind. Shoulder to shoulder.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, viewers at home. Welcome to the Kaduna Interfaith Youth Debate. Tonight's episode promises to be an engaging session. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the audience. And give it up for the judges, please. Tonight's topic: education is more important than steady electricity supply. And I have two teams. The proposing team is the Jade team, and the opposing team is the Pearl team. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the contestant.
Education is an important human activity. It was born with the birth of the human race, and it shall continue to function as long as the human race lives on. Good day, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, co-debaters. My name is Maria George Achanya. My co-speaker here is Ahmed Mohammed. We are here to propose the motion that states education is more important than steady electricity supply. Education is gotten from the Latin word, which means education is gotten from the Latin word educare, which means to lead. Education enlightens the society. Francis Bacon said in his words that knowledge is power. Knowledge is enlightenment. When the society is enlightenment, they know the importance of the natural resources around them. Education encourage growth in the society. A society needs to grow from stages to stages. How can that happen? Only when they are enlightened. Only when they are educated. Looking at the ed sector, ladies and gentlemen, would you allow an uneducated doctor to treat you? I guess no. You wouldn't do that. Electricity is not going to treat you. Electricity is not going to promote growth in the society, but education would do that. Educated men are superior. Aristotle said in his word, educated men are superior, just like the living are superior to the dead. That is how education is. Education in the economic sector promotes the economic system of a particular society. In Nigeria, our economies need to grow. Who will handle it? An illiterate person? Somebody that is not educated? What about electricity? How can it function without educated personnel? Handle it. Ladies and gentlemen, before we started, the light went on. Does that stop the program? No, it can't. But education, if I'm not educated here, I cannot deliver. I cannot pass my message. You cannot understand me. Education keeps the world rolling. Education keeps the world moving. Education gives hope. Education transforms a man from a poor person to a rich person. Ladies and gentlemen, education is the tool in which society uses to build themselves. Ladies and gentlemen, panel of judges, I would like to give you an example. This is electricity. I can still talk loud. You can hear me. If I'm not educated, I will not do that. This is education. Education allows a man to grow, to think, and to...
My child took ill. I took him to the hospital. The only solution was to scan his body, the internal part of the body, just to know what was wrong with the child. And as soon as we got to the hospital, the doctor was about carrying out the operation process, and the light went off. I was left with no choice. What was I supposed to do? I was only thinking, it's either the child died or survived. And the only solution was what? Was electricity. My judges, impartial judges, my accurate timekeeper, my co-debaters, and my audience, and my viewers out there. Here I'm Amos Rosina, and here with me is Ibrahim Abdul Rahman. I'm here to oppose the motion that says education is more important than steady power supply. When we look at our economy today, and if there's steady electricity in Nigeria, then where we are now, we will have gone better. Why? Because our industries, our machineries, they can only operate based on the use of what? Based on the use of power. Without power, what are they going to operate on? They can't operate on them. Because of what? Because there is no electricity. And when we talk about our communication system, the telephone, the telegraphs have helped us to communicate to our friends, to our relatives in just what? In just some minutes. Because even if they are far away from us, with the use of electricity, we can do what? We can communicate to them. I'm telling you that without electricity, most businesses will collapse. Most businesses will come to a standstill because of what? Because there is no good channel whereby you can pass on your information to the next person. And again, these telegraphs and facts, they have helped us to convey our messages in a short time. And again, when we now look at our entertainment industries today, they rely on what? On electricity supply. If there is no steady electricity supply, you cannot buy a disc and go and slot in to watch what you want to watch. Why? Because there is no electricity. Then people come to cinema to come and watch their movies. But today, in just a few amount, you can buy your CD, go to your home with steady electricity supply. You can enjoy yourself, and that's part of what? Recreation. You can enjoy yourself. And also, I want to support that the steady electricity is very, very crucial, because without electricity, this program will not be successful like this. Because of what? The mic I'm using. What's it connected to? It's connected to electricity. When the light went off, how do you feel? You feel as if there is nothing going on. Because of what? Because it is very dark. So when there's steady electricity supply, we can go on and move this country to.
Hello, my name is Abakar Mohammed, and perhaps all protocol duly observed. And I would like to say, education is light. Education as a backbone of all invention. For instance, you are a president of this country. You are to invent maybe a system of computer, just like example in 2011, federal government has introduced a system of electoral process. They call it DDC or DDC machine. I believe without qualified men, educated people that can operate those machines, I think there will not be credible election or credible performance. Without educated people in the society, we have failure on that case. And I also believe education as a backbone of all invention. With education, everything is possible. And without education, nothing is possible. I believe the fact that my audience will believe what I said. When we invented electricity power in Nigeria, I think before government invent those powers in Nigeria, there have been a lot of ways of communicating. We communicate through mails, through letters, and so on. There are so many ways of communicating without electricity supply or power supply.
All critical are observed. I'm here to against the motion which says that education is more important than electricity supply. Why? Because education without solution and improvement to our nation have gone vandalized due to some certain reasons of mine. We have many educated people in Nigeria, but still yes, we did not have possible solution to electricity supply. But let up standard electricity supply so that we can achieve our aim of 2020 coming years. Let up standard electricity supply so that we can achieve our economic growth vision of 2020. Without electricity supply, this can't be possible for we to achieve. Importance of electricity supply. Electricity supply is the easiest way and simplest way of communicating and enlightening people and also educating people. Without electricity supply, people will not be aware of even this program. Without electricity supply, this program even cannot take place here now. Let's standardize electricity supply so that we can even have more growth of our nation. Because without electricity supply, everything will not function well. Even there are many educated people in Nigeria, but still yet electricity is not as steady as we want. Let's standardize electricity supply so that we can have standard life of living. We can have standard life of. Let also I can concluding my point by saying that let electricity go as steady as rock so that we can achieve the growth of our nation, so that our nation can move up to the next level. Let electricity go as steady as we want so that our nation will be more a successful stage of our country.
Electricity is the grandchild of education. Who are the electricians? My opponent made an assertion that doctors, when you take a child to the hospital, and the point she made, a doctor, it takes 7 years for you to study to become a medical doctor. And what is that process called? Learning. You have to learn. You have to be informed. You have to have the knowledge. We've seen instances where there are no electricity in some villages, but we have medical doctors there, and they run their operation smoothly. And you trying to tell me that without electricity, a doctor cannot function? Is not true. Learning. It. Learn. And from that word learn, you can get in. That means from learning, someone can earn a living. But from electricity, you could earn a living. But education is the basic foundation. Thank you.
Electricity, as we all know, steady electricity is very important. As she said, that education enlightens people. But how do you enlighten people? Through the world, through our electronics, our mass media. And what do they use? They use electricity. And the doctors, if they want to perform their surgery, the surgeons, if they want to perform their surgery, what do they use? They have to perform their surgery in what? In a place where there is brighter light. Can you take your body to someone to operate you in a dark? No, it will not be possible. Why? Because there is no steady electricity, so you don't want to die. So you need to do what? You need to go to where there is steady electricity for you to go ahead. I want to give example like Dangote. Dangote, if there is steady electricity in Nigeria, where he is now, it will have been more than what he is, because he could have been a multi-trillionaire by now. Because of what? Because there is steady electricity that will help him in his business. And so also steady electricity will help us.
Somebody must be leading. And before I ask the audience to cast their votes, I'm going to take comments from our judges.
I would expect that you would be pushing arguments to say that, yes, education is important. Yes, steady electricity supply, is also important. But I feel that this, on the scale of preference, is more important than this, okay?
I want to congratulate the board team for a good job. But one thing I was expecting you to give statistics, like how much the budget was for education and how much for power.
I only have one correction to make. The second speaker on the peer team or something, you kept saying still yet. Is it that still or yet?
You people have tried and a job well done. But still, you need that courage. And whatever you are going to present, whenever you want to present yourself in front of our audience, what I will advise you is that you have to prepare yourself well.
The results for this battle is out. And the winner is, ladies and gentlemen, the Pearl team. Congratulate the Pearl team. Welcome back to the second segment of this edition. For this session, the topic has changed. Now we are talking Nigeria is ready for a female president. And I have two teams to do battle. The proposing team. Give it up for the Ghana team. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the opposing team. The Topaz team. This program is sponsored by the British High Commission, an initiative of Young Stars Foundation. Ladies and gentlemen, at this moment I present to you the two teams. Let us do battle!
Good day, ladies and gentlemen, my honorable timekeeper and my impartial panel of judges. I'm here to propose the motion that Nigerians are ready for female president. And this is how my point counts. Prior before now, we've been having a lot of male presidents. Nigerian is 52 on Monday, and we've never had the opportunity of having one female president. That's why we are at the level we are today, backwardness. When it comes to agriculture, F9. When it comes to infrastructure, F9. When it comes to corruption and unemployment, we have A1. Why? Because men has been at the seat of position since independence. Now, taking an example from Liberia, who had the opportunity to have a female president. That's talking of the person of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. She came in while Liberia has been under the pressure of civil war, and since she took over the mantle of leadership in Liberia, a lot of things has changed. She has mandated in Liberia that children must have compulsory education. She has used that initiative to change a lot of things in Liberia by bringing peace to Liberia today. This is the only woman that has created a legacy that nobody in the world has ever created. One, there was a time the executive mansion in Liberia got burnt down, and this woman sacrificed she looked at instead of putting the mansion in order, she said that is nothing compared to the pressing need of Liberia, and she decided to pack to her personal house in Monrovia and use a nearby foreign building for her office. That's what no president would do. Rather, the male president would be an opportunity to have in Nigeria. What they do is to use huge amount of money to renovate the house, then buy it at lesser price. Now, looking at another person here that once had the opportunity to be the first female governor in Nigeria, that is talking of the person of Dame Ebiata. She used her office to change a lot of things in Anambra, and in 2008, the Daily newspaper regarded her as the heroine of democracy. The same 2009, National TV called her the icon of democracy, and today in Anambra, she's being referred as Mama Democracy. Because of what? She used her motherly way to rule Anambra, until today, her legacy remains. No male in Nigeria has been given that recognition to be called Baba anywhere. But in Nigeria today, we have Mama Anambra because of the legacy she has created. Now, if Nigerians were to be given the opportunity to have a female president, by now I know a lot of things must have changed. 52 years has been wasted, nothing because of having male president. Let's have this last opportunity. Let's just come 2015 and urge all of you to vote for a female president, and you see the turnaround that Nigeria will have. Taking example of Argentina, Malta, they are all countries that have been ruled by women, and today they have gone.
Argumentum ab inconvenienti is an argument based on the difficulty to follow a logical line of reasoning. In law, it applies to a principle that says an argument based on inconvenience carries more weight. Well, my fellow Nigerians, the argument at hand here is not based on inconvenience. Rather, it is based on fact and logic, which I believe you will follow me. Ladies and gentlemen, my impartial judges, accurate timekeeper, my fellow co-debaters, my name is Inyan M. Decalogue, and I am here to unequivocally proclaim that Nigeria is not ready for a female president. And I intend to do so on the basis of fact and premises, which I believe you will follow me along. First and foremost, the woman is psychologically imbalanced and insufficient to lead us as a nation. This is because the woman is an emotional being, and by nature is not capable of taking decisive decisive decisions that are a prerequisite for leadership. As research carried out at the Autism Center for Research in Cambridge University by Professor Simon Baron Cohen has discovered, a man is systemic in nature. That means he is better at understanding and investigating things. Why it has been established that the woman is an empathizer in nature. That means she is good at accurately guessing. Now, my fellow Nigerians, I want to ask you, do you want to put the nation at stake at the whims and caprice of another individual, or do you want to be led by somebody who is capable and competent to lead you aright? Furthermore, Nigeria is considered the world over as one of the most religious nations on earth. This implies that Nigeria as a nation is full of many religions, the basic ones being Islam and Christianity. It is clearly stated explicitly in these religions. In the Quran, I quote from chapter 2, verse 228, and in the Bible from the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 22, which explicitly state that the place of the woman is under the man. Furthermore, our cultural and traditional religions do not permit for a woman to be above man. Now I ask you as Nigerians, are you ready to put aside years of culture and tradition that has ensured the continued existence of Nigeria as a sacred entity just for the sake of a woman? Are you willing to put aside your religious beliefs? Furthermore, I beg you to consider, based on the basis out of this argument, that cogito ergo sum, which translated from Latin to English means I think, therefore I am. I am here to further proclaim that Nigeria is not ready for a female president because, and you can quote me anywhere, the ladies themselves do not believe they are capable. Data obtained from the World Advocacy and Research and Development Center in Lagos has shown us that in 2011, out of a total of 10,037 positions contested, only 909 positions were contested by women. Furthermore, it will surprise you to know that the first woman to contest on the platform of a PDP, of a political party for the ticket to presidential elections, out of a total of over 3,000 votes that were casted at that election, only one was voted to her in a party that was in a convention that had many female delegates. Now, are you telling me that you are ready to vote?
Impartial panel of judges, moderator, co-debaters, invited guest of honor, good day all. My name is Abdullah Muhammad. I'm here to support the motion which says that Nigeria is ready for a female president due to my following reason and on behalf of Ghana team here. My reasons are, at this point I feel as a Nigerian we have been guided and followed by men. We don't know that now Nigeria is at 50. We cannot even say that our development, but when we are talking about generosity, capable, maturity, showing concern for others' welfare, fidelity, honest, trustfulness, you are definitely, absolutely acceptable. We are talking of women. And now if we are talking about capability of what happened in the time of Umar Musa Yar'Adua, when the cars of Boko Haram just rise without knowing. He think that he might use his iron hand to tackle such kind of a big problem. But as it was a woman that's leading us, she will follow the soft way so that she know that there will be no further problem that will occur in our country like this now. Have a bombing here, there. Who knows who might be bombed first or last? And my foreign reason that I want to say so. If I go ahead in the 2011 election, the agitation of women were about 35%. 35% representing the public offices in this country due to the large number of women in the President Goodluck Jonathan cabinet. And so as he even said it in the First Lady's African Peace Mission, he said that it was possible. He said that it was possible to have a female president in Nigeria.
All protocols are duly observed. Good day, Mr. Chairman, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, my co-debaters, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Zainab Issa. I stand before you this afternoon to oppose the motion which says Nigeria is not ready for a female president. Historically, leadership has carried the notion of masculinity and the belief that men make better leaders than women is a fact that is still in existence today. The societal convention regarding the societal convention regarding the societal convention regarding leadership, the societal convention regarding gender and leadership, the societal convention regarding leadership and gender and leadership traditionally excludes women. However, lack of time due to the role of reproduction in women, it has proven the limitation of women to rule. Has proven the limitation of women to rule. In conclusion, in recent times, the Nigerian antecedent of women is still in question. Looking at the Patricia, it says
I remain Elijah Obaje Hiabe. As my co-debater said, that women are by leadership, that women are supposed to be under men. But I want to make you believe something. If this were to be the situation on ground, then I want to tell you this afternoon that leadership has nothing to do with gender, religion, when we talk about justice and fairness. It's all about who has the charisma to carry the people forward. And that is what we stand for. It's not all about whether your religious belief accepts a woman to become a leader, or by virtue of being a woman, her place is to be under a man. If it were to be like that, most of the women that have made credible ways in Nigeria wouldn't have done that. Dora Akiloye was there and she made effect that nobody has ever made in Nigeria when she was the DG of NAFDAC. And I still tell you that if given the opportunity to be the president of Nigeria, she will do better than any man that have ever ruled since 52 years. Thank you.
My fellow ladies and gentlemen, my colleague here said something, that women are examples of decency and whatever. Now, my brother, in as much as you have taken us out of Nigeria to the other parts of the world, I want to tell you it's out of context, but still yet, I'll meet you on your own grounds. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf that he mentioned earlier was indicted in 2009 by the Liberian Truth and Reconciliation Commission for giving her full support to Charles Taylor, who was responsible for the very predicament Liberia is in now, that she's trying to correct. Furthermore, she is still indicted on basis of corruption and has still been indicted that she said she was going to only run for once and she has run for second time again. Furthermore, he said something that it is not about religion or whatever. My brother, I wish to tell you that it's the basis of leadership. I didn't argue. We have not forgotten about even the case of Victoria Uloma with the police pension scheme. She has eaten the money and said she got about 80 million naira from selling pure water. We are Nigerians, for God's sake, one of the world's wisest people on earth. You can't deceive us. That's a fact. And furthermore,
for the Garnet team, for some reasons, I think I like your pattern of entry. I like the way you started and you went ahead to actually give us those points. But again, the topic is not female, being better than male. The topic is saying that Nigeria is ready for a female president. The question is around readiness. I like the statistics you actually gave. That's for the lead speaker from Topaz team.
At the end of the day, maybe we'll have to look for a security man, because the way people are taking it at the end, it scares me. But it's good. I know it is in you. That is why you are trying to show it out. And that issue of cramming, my sister, cram it well when you are coming next time. Huh? You hear?
The team that is advancing to the next stage is the Topaz team! Congratulations.
Shoulder to shoulder, all for one. We keep holding each other, one for all, and no gender or faith. We are one. Everybody.